respect the flag. That's all I can say. All right, this goes out to Colton. This is an AK47, the preferred weapon of your enemy. It makes a distinct sound when fired upon. Right now, I'll show you the safety on this. Safety on, safety off. When you handle a weapon, absolute must is this one here. You just push this spring forward, and the magazine comes right out. Now, you think, okay, I just unloaded the weapon. You did not just unload the weapon. There could be a round in the chamber. Any action like this, you pull the hammer back to get rid of the round. I'll show you. Like right now, I'm not sure if I put another round in the chamber. I don't think I did, because I did the video before this, but I forgot to turn the microphone on, so I have to reshoot this. So I don't believe there is a round in there, but I'm going to assume there is. Pull your hammer back. Okay, there is no round. I can see there's no round. If there was, it would have ejected it, but let's say the round is stuck in the chamber. You can clearly see, I'm not putting my finger in there because this hammer can spring forward, because you generally don't leave it like this. But I can see the barrel right there, and you can clearly see there is no round in it. There goes one of the mechanicals. They don't like the guns. They know when I handle them and I take them outside what they're going to hear. So safety up. This is a Polish AK47, made in Poland. I wanted a Polish AK47 for years because I'm Polish. Oh, the shirt, MTK Observatory, is the observatory that I named after Michael, that I built. I'll do a video on that. 14-inch telescope, so it's not a big one, but yeah. Okay. It took me 3 years on a waiting list to get this weapon. I missed out on the opportunity to buy one 3 or 4 years ago. I was back at Joint Base Andrews taking care of Michael, and I ran across one from the same company I bought this one for online. Anyway, this has the banana clips. This is acrylic, 30 round. They make a drum magazine that's pretty cool. It holds 75 rounds. So if you're getting attacked by a whole group of zombies, you definitely want to use the 75 round drum magazine. You can dispense a lot of rounds. The difference between a semi-auto and full auto weapon. Semi-auto, now this here, because I cocked it to take the round out, I know that the hammer or the trigger is set to fire. You generally don't want to dry fire a weapon. I'm going to clear it. So I already pulled it back, make sure there's no round in it. But very well made, the Polish one. 3-year waiting list to get it. If you look at the furniture, which is all the wood here, that's furniture. If you look at the butt of the gun, see how nice that is. All these rivets and pins are extremely tight. There's no play in this weapon at all. It's a very simple weapon to disassemble, which I'm not going to do here. This is a rail. It accepts, your flashlight attachment, your night vision, your scope. Some weapons you can mount it on top. Other weapons you can side mount it, which is really nice. I do have one where it's side mounted and a top mount, so you could have your flashlight on one side and your scope on the other. So that's pretty handy. But this furniture, if you look at it, this is really good looking furniture. This also has the Polish, yes, my thumb is blocking the serial number. It's none of the government's damn business. Of course, they know I have this one because when I picked it up, they make a phone call, and they give them the serial number and that. But anyway, the Polish eagle there, I don't know how close I can get before it blurs it, but that's a really nice Polish eagle in there. So it's well made. When I picked up the weapon from the FTL dealer, that's where they're sent to. So right now you can still buy weapons and ammo online, but with Biden-Harris in there, they're trying to eliminate sales of ammo and weapons online, which I think is nuts, because an online dealer won't ship a weapon to a state that it's illegal, so they're covered. And your FTL dealer has to make a phone call. They give them your driver's license number, they give them the serial number of the weapon, the kind of weapon it is, before they give it to you. They're on the phone with them probably, I want to say 15, 20 minutes, going through all the rigmarole. But anyway, this is a very nice weapon. The muzzle on this, which is this end here, this is a standard muzzle. You can get a suppression one. Suppression basically means silencer. You can get a suppression one. There's another one. Obviously, when you discharge a weapon, when it comes out the end of the barrel, there's a large flash. They have flash suppressors. So there's different muzzles that you can get for a weapon. This rail here is, let's say you have a round that gets jammed. You slide this baby down the barrel, and you can push that round out. So if a zombie's getting close and your weapon jams, don't panic. Pull the rod out, slide it down the barrel to unjam it, quickly load the weapon, and then discharge to take out the zombie that's coming at you. So anyway, it's a very heavy weapon. The FTL dealer where I picked it up, he said that his gunsmith said that that was the best AK47 that he's ever seen. And this guy, he was an older guy. I'm old, I guess, supposed to be. I don't feel like it, don't act it. But anyway, that made me feel really, really good that a locksmith that was, he has to be 60, in his 60s, and for him to say that this is the best looking and made AK-47 from a locksmith of that age made me feel pretty damn good. You know, I always knew that the Polish AK-47 was a good quality weapon. They're hard to come by. The Warsaw ones, cheaper made. The furniture doesn't look as good. The rivets aren't as tight on some of the cheaper guns, the AKs that you can buy. So there's a lot of them out there. There's Russian, Romanian. So there's a lot of different ones out there. Some of them are mass produced cheaply. This is not. That's why they're very hard to come by. Now with Biden and Harris in there, they're trying to ban any semi-auto weapon. I'm not sure if I already said. Basically, full auto, you hold the trigger down, it keeps dispensing around. With the semi-auto, it's how fast you can pull the trigger. Each time you pull the trigger in a semi-auto weapon, it dispenses around. The projectile on this takes a 7.62-39 round. 39 is your load. So you can see it's a pretty fair size. The copper part on the end of this, that's a projectile. That part there is the casing. This is a brass casing. They make steel casings also. I try not to use those. It's cheaper, believe me. Some rounds can cost you $1 a round, $1.50, $2 a round for various weapons. Right now there's a shortage of weapons and ammo for obvious reasons. But these AK-47s are so well made that they can take you dispensing steel rounds through it. But the problem is steel rounds are coated with a polyurethane coating or similar. Each time you fire the weapon, a lot of heat is generated. So this barrel, even a half a clip, 15, 20, 30 rounds, this barrel is going to be hot enough where you will not be able to touch it. So always keep that in mind that the barrels do get very hot. You know, I got a 30 carbine that's I can't remember how many, but anyway, I had to do some work on it because the weapon, even though the safety was on, the weapon could still fire. So, you know, never point a weapon at somebody unless you're planning on discharging it to save your life, your parents, girlfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is. You don't point it at somebody unless you're going to discharge it. Keep that in mind. Safety is very big. So always make sure, oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. Come here. You can come up. I didn't have my legs up all the way. Come here. You can come up. Well, come on. I fixed it. There you go. Ow. Safety is real big. So always make sure before you handle a weapon that the safety is on. I always keep my weapons loaded because I'm not going to, burglar comes in, or a zombie, I'm not going to say, wait a minute, well, zombies, well, they used to move slow. If you look at some of the older movies, now zombies even run, right? Who would have thought? But I keep my weapons loaded because somebody breaks in your house, you don't want to say, hold on, let me go to my gun safe, get the weapon, and load it. You will find the majority of veterans that own weapons, they have them ready to go. You know, you'll always have it loaded. You make sure there's a round in the chamber. Some guys might not have the round in the chamber, but all you got to do is pull the hammer back, and it'll dispense a round into the chamber. Because you want to be ready. That's what you're taught in the military. You have to be ready for the enemy. So real life, same situation. There's all the time you hear of people shooting bad guys that get in their house. It's not reported, but the rifle magazine and those, they have, every month they put a section in there of how guns save people. Guns don't kill people, people kill people. If you handle the weapon wrongly, carelessly, you can discharge it and kill somebody. So that's why you make sure that the barrel is never pointed at anyone. Even if you know the weapon is empty, you don't point it at anyone. Very, very important safety. Always assume the weapon is ready to fire. So always check, make sure the safety's on. If you know the weapon's loaded, make sure the safety's on. When you are getting ready to fire the weapon, flip the safety off, pull the hammer back, it'll load around for you. This is the hammer here, you know. Some weapons are bolt action, so you have to go up, back, you know. Like Michael had a Russian Muzzle I got from World War II. That also the round for that's a little bit bigger than this. I'm trying to remember what it takes. Anyway, it's the largest, you know. Well, I also have a 50 caliber. That's a muzzle loader. That's like a cannon. But anyway, safety is the biggest thing on weapons. Know that the safety is on. Make sure there's nothing in the chamber. You take the cartridge out, the magazine out rather. Most people think, well, once the magazine's out, the weapon is not loaded. That's not true. The weapon can still have a round in the chamber. So I can't stress that enough. It's terrible when kids accidentally shoot themselves or a friend or parents accidentally shoot each other or whatever. Gun safety. The magazine, just like any magazine, spring loaded. Very easy to load. You take a round, spring loaded, push down, and slide it in. So it's very simple. It takes a while to do. I'm not going to fire it. Cats do not like the weapons because they know when I pick them up that chances are I'm going to fire it. You know, obviously I pick it up and then go outside. When you see in movies where you see them always slap the butt of the or the end of the magazine against their hand. What they're actually doing is trying to make sure that all the rounds in there are fully flush to the rear, so there's less chance of a jam. All right, now I'm going to show you how to load this. Basically, you take the clip, or the magazine. This one you insert like this, a little bit of an angle. I got to put it on my leg because it's a tight spring. Pull it back. You hear that click? You know the magazine is locked in. This one you just push the spring forward to release it. See? Some have a button, spring-loaded button you push to release it. Now right now you can see the safety is on. Trigger won't pull. Now, to put a round in the chamber, which I always do, I always have my weapons loaded, safety off. Pull your hammer back, release it, there's a round in the chamber, flip your safety back on unless you're out on the firing line ready to fire. I mean, if you're at a place to fire, whether you're shooting into a hill, whether you're going to kill a zombie or whatever, this weapon is now loaded and ready to fire. So that's very, very important that you learn those concepts and safety. Very, very important. Other than that, this is the Polish AK47. Very nice weapon. Now I will fire it tomorrow. Right now it's dark out. It's probably 2 or 3 in the morning. So I will take this out tomorrow during daylight, and I'll fire it into the hillside and show you how it fires. Once you dispense enough round, quick as you pull the trigger, dispenses around. So the backlash on this does actually make your finger hurt after like a half a clip. Has a lot of kick to it. Pistol grip trigger is very nice. It gives you more control of the weapon. But firing this weapon, very rarely, unless I'm target practicing, I don't put it against my shoulder and fire it. Because it really hurts. It can really hurt your shoulder. A lot of times I'll fire it from here. It's not designed for high accuracy. It's designed more to dispense a lot of rounds. Just like the Thompson machine gun of World War II. It wasn't designed for accuracy. It was designed to dispense a lot of rounds downrange. Same thing with the AK-47. That's what it's meant for. It is accurate up to a degree. The Polish one is more accurate. If I put a scope on this, even without a scope, I can do really good with it. Not as good as I used to. When I was in the military, out of 100, I believe it was 150 rounds, I only missed 2. Which is pretty good. Or it was 250 rounds. I can't remember. Yeah, you had different positions. You had 25 rounds per position or whatever it was. Yeah, it's a few years ago. But anyway, keep in mind that all weapons are dangerous. You get shot with an AK-47, you're going to feel it. You get shot with a 22, you're going to feel it, but not as bad. Depending on where you're shot at, I guess. But anyway, I'll shoot this off tomorrow and conclude this video and get it posted. Hopefully it's not too terribly long. Alright, I am going to shoot a few rounds, and whoops, back up a little bit here. I'm going to shoot a few rounds into the hillside here. This isn't normally where I fire it at, out back. I have a berm of dirt that I put up. I used to fire southwest, but then the guy leased part of the property to a guy with horses, so I can't fire that way anymore. Well, I can. I just have to make sure I hit the berm. I'm putting hearing protection on because this is loud. The microphone is on, so you're going to hear how loud this is. Give you an idea. Hearing protection is a must. Already around in the chamber. Safety off. always make sure you know where the round is going to go. When you dispense a round, you have to know where that projectile is going to go. I know it's going into the side of the hill here. Any ricochet will be safe. It's not going to hit anything. But I'm shooting low enough, so I'm just going to shoot into the hill. So I probably won't shoot it from up here because I want to make sure they all go into the hill. But Colton, this gives you an idea of the Polish AK47. When I start firing, when I fired in rapid, you'll notice the weapon will push me back. I'm on ice, not the best place to shoot, but I'll get strong footing, so you have to make sure you have strong footing when you're firing a powerful rifle. So you can see, very loud. I'll dispense a few rounds. You can see, you can get a lot of kick. Actually hurts your finger. But it has so much kickback that the steel trigger actually will hurt your finger. I'll go ahead and fire off this clip. Give Colton an idea, you know, of how sweet it is. Loud. There we go. That goes out to Colton, who wanted a video of the weapon. So it's the AK47. Powerful. You've seen the way it was pushing me back. Rapid fire. Finger's already red because it does start to hurt your finger, and you can see the way it was pushing me back. I could shoot a lot quicker than that, but if I had a thinner glove on to help cushion the recoil on the trigger, you know. But anyway, you know, that's fairly fast. But I can shoot a lot faster than that, but hurts the finger too much. I'm a wuss, right? So anyway, that goes out to Colton, and I hope you enjoy this vision, dude. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you do. Any comments are welcome. And always make sure you know where that projectile is going downrange. As soon as you're done, you know, I know I'm cleared. You know, there's nothing in there. Always put your safety back on though. So I will get this spliced together and post it. And there you go, Colton.